Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have a huge haul from Freeze Dry Wholesalers. I'm going to show you some of their lesser known items too as well, and we're also going to show you an ingenious new way to hydrate this food if you've got one. Let's check it out. Hey folks, welcome back. So what we're going to do here is run through what I picked up from Freeze Dried Wholesalers. There is some stuff you might know about, and there's some stuff that you may not know about, kind of new different stuff or stuff that I don't normally feature on the channel. I also want to show you a very unique way of preparing this food, probably the most correct way of doing it. When I was speaking to the owner previously, he's mentioned many times that the military uses these, and he's a contractor for the military, and when they do these on the ships, what they do is they put them in huge steam tables. So right now I have a meal being prepared in a steamer that I picked up just for this video. Very inexpensive steamer. We'll go through it. It's really not a review of the steamer, but we'll go through that and I'll tell you all about it when we get there. But I want to show you some of this food. So let's get into the first few things here. We're going to start off with the freeze-dried fajita strips. Now, if you haven't had these are awesome. Okay? These are really, really good. The seasoned chicken strips. Now, these are cool because they're not breaded. They're very easy to hydrate. They come in little chunks, and you just hydrate them up. You can dice them up if you want to put them in burritos or whatever. Really, really good stuff. I'm going to take some of this stuff and start throwing it back in the box it came in. Now, perhaps my all-time favorite from Freeze Dried Wholesalers is their meatballs. I love these things. I don't know who makes them, but I picked up 3 of them. They are just so good. Very easy to hydrate. Again, they do take a while. So my suggestion is, if you're planning on having them for dinner, when you get up in the morning, stick them in some warm water, close it up in a tub, and let it go. My new method of preparation may work very well for these. We'll have to see how it comes out with what I got going in the kitchen now. I'm going to bring out the whole steamer and show it to you, but we got that going in there. So these are really awesome. Definitely try them out. All of this stuff is name brand stuff. He can't mention the name because he's not allowed to for non-disclosure reasons, but all of this stuff is high-end name brand stuff. So when you think of frozen meatballs, what's the best one you can think of out there? Well, that's probably where these came from. All right, let's move on. All right, next up, we have a couple here. We have these. These are currants. Okay. The bag is heavy, too. So if you're interested in trying these out, they look pretty darn good. Just something real simple. Again, you're going to cover these with cold water, let them stand till they're rehydrated. Next up, we have a couple of other little side things here. We have some freeze-dried shredded beef and some ground chicken. Ground chicken is also awesome for your tacos, fajitos, all that stuff. But it's also great to mix in with some chicken, maybe a little teriyaki sauce. You got yourself a meal. Not chicken, I'm sorry. Mix in with some rice and teriyaki sauce, and you got yourself a meal. All right, next up, freeze-dried chicken breast. Now, I'm going to talk to you quickly about steaming. When you are steaming his food, if you decide to use a steamer, like we're going to try today, I would not recommend it for uncooked meats. Either you won't cook it full enough, or they'll come out kind of tough and not that great. So this stuff I would hydrate first, and then I just cook it in a pan like normal. I have done this numerous times. I actually made chicken parmesan. If you go way back in my videos, I actually have a playlist of some of my older Freeze Dry Wholesaler videos, and I used this. I hydrated it and made chicken parmesan with it. These are great, really awesome. Another not as often seen item on here are these Mission figs. These do need to be rehydrated, but they're pretty darn good. These black Mission figs, they're all chopped up. You simply do them in cold water, hydrate them up. They're good stuff. Trust me, they are really yummy. And it's nice to have that kind of unusual stuff put away. I mean, who's going to think, oh, I want some figs? Does anybody have some dehydrated? That's what I love about Freeze Dry Wholesalers. They freeze-dried everything with their unique process. Next up, my freeze-dried hamburgers, and I know some folks have said these are kind of expensive. I get that. I'm not buying these to eat these on a regular basis. I have eaten a few of, obviously, because I've tested them for you guys. But I think having them put away, nice preformed patty, very easy to hydrate. Again, let them fully hydrate. Don't try to cook them where they're soft on the outside and hard in the middle. But they're very easy to hydrate. Again, they take some time. Most of this stuff, if you stick it in cold water, it's going to take a while. But man, oh man, when you want a hamburger, good stuff. Really good. All right, next up, we're going to move this stuff in a little bit closer. My sausages, turkey and chicken breast sausage, chicken breakfast sausage. Love these two. They're really good. If you're not into eating pork and you want some sausage, good option right there. And we did the freeze-dried seasoned chicken breast. That just got lost in the mix back there. All right, freeze-dried shredded beef. This stuff is amazing if you've ever had it. Again, good for tacos, stuff like that. Also good to mix in with stuff. If you want to make some maybe pesto noodles and throw some beef in it, good stuff. Freeze-dried Monterey Jack cheese. Another kind of unusual thing that you may not find post-collapse. Some cheeses that are freeze-dried. Most people just freeze-dry either American cheese or the cheddar cheese and say, okay, we got freeze-dried cheese. Not that exciting. That's why I like the different options. Now, we have done these already. I talked about these before. These are the fajita strips here. Okay, there you go. Now, we do have some freeze-dried apple chips. These are great just as they are. Now, you can, as you can tell, they've been already tested. Freeze-dried apple chips, they're good. You can just eat these things right out of the bag, or you can choose to hydrate them if you'd like, but they're good just right out of the bag. They're kind of like Thrive Snackies. You can just pick on them. Next thing you know, you've eaten a whole bunch of them. All right, last two things. Freeze-dried mozzarella cheese and the roasted veggies and pasta. That looks like a really good mix for a side dish. There's all sorts of Italian spices in there, fire roasted flavor. Definitely looks really good. So that is my huge haul this month from Freeze Dried Wholesalers. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring out the steamer and show it to you and show you how it works. And we're going to actually test the stuff that I've been steaming. I steamed it in there for about 25 minutes. It should be done. So we're going to bring it out and try it out. All right, so I unplugged it and just carried it in here. So far, it looks good. I have not tried it yet. Haven't tested it out to see if it's ready. I'm just going to kind of speed this ahead a little so it turns off. And there we go. Now, for those of you wondering, this little Bella steamer, it's one of those Amazon recommended devices. I think it runs about $35-40, not expensive. I looked at some of the other ones and I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $180 for one of these. So it does what it's supposed to do. There's a lot of stuff you can make in it as far as healthy food, but being that this is the correct method on how the military rehydrates these, I wanted to give it a shot, and I wanted to do it kind of inexpensively. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what you see out here, I got some asparagus. I got some corn mixed in with the asparagus, and freeze-dried shredded beef. I'm going to put it all out on this tray here. First of all, we're going to get that out of the way there. They do give you this little tray inside here. I'm going to pull it up quickly because it's hot. That little tray to hydrate stuff in it. So let's see how this came out. Looks pretty good. Looks like it hydrated well. Let's see. Okay, let's try a little bit. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. That really worked well. I'm really surprised. Okay. Of course, I shouldn't be surprised because that's how they do it with in the military when they use his rations. Now let's go to the bottom here. I have the beef in a small little glass container. I didn't want to just drop it in there because there are holes on the bottom of these. Let me show you. All right, I'm dripping water on the floor. That's all right. There are holes on the bottom, and I didn't want to just drop it on the floor. I'm going to put this over here somewhere. There we go. All right, so let's give this a shot. Again, these are going to be hot, folks, so you got to be careful with steam. You can get nasty steam burns. This is the shredded beef. Look at that. Perfectly hydrated. That is awesome. Look at that. Now, you think post-collapse that would be a sufficient meal? I sure do. That looks darn good. Guess I know what I'm having for lunch today. So the steamer does work. It is a Bella steamer. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in picking one up. They use about 800 watts of power, 700 to 800. So if you have a decent power station, you will be able to power it. Or a solar backup of some kind. Again, not necessary. You can do this with a double boiler, okay? You can boil water with a propane stove in a bowl and stick a strainer on top and put all this food in there and it would work just as well. This was more of just an experiment to see how well it works. And just look at that stuff. It came out perfect. There's not a single thing wrong with that. The corn even is, let me try the corn because I haven't tried the corn yet. It's all soft. Yep, fully hydrated. How these work really quick, we're going to zoom in quick and I'm going to show you how they work. Now mine is a two-stack one. You can use it as a single stack one if you just wanted to do one item. Of course, you could just stick that on there and it'll work fine. How these work is pretty simple. These have holes in the bottom. They allow the steam to catch and go up. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the side here. This is your catch basin for your water that's been up and dripped down again. Kind of like you'd consider it distilled water, but of course there's food in that, so you don't want to drink it. This part goes out here, okay? And this is your base. This is your base where you fill it. Now, there is a fill line. You can also see the fill line on the bottom here with a max and a minimum. So this is the stuff you're going to discard. This you can just refill on the bottom. And then you'll just set it for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, all the way down to 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. So I gave this about 30 minutes and brought it out here. I actually set it for 45, but you saw me fast forward it a little there. And because I figured that's how long it would take me to do the first part of the video. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the little steamer. For a cheap little steamer, does its job. And obviously, made some awesome food. And I can just show you how soft this meat is. I mean, it is just perfect. And you know I'm gonna eat it. So those are a few lesser known items of freeze-dried wholesalers. I had a bunch to order. I wanted to put a bunch away, make sure I got some food. With all the things going on in the world, it's definitely time for you guys to think about stocking up. And what a simple way to stock up. You don't have to buy prepackaged stuff that's, you know, the same recipe, remanufactured a bunch of different ways. Don't get me wrong, that food will save your life. It's perfectly fine. The buckets of food, hey, you know what? They work. But if you know how to cook, and I understand some people aren't too keen on cooking, if you know how to cook and you want the raw ingredients to put together meals, can't beat it. So that was my freeze-dried, I think it was $1,000 worth of food haul, and a little test with the steamer. Like I said, I'll put a link to the steamer down below. It's not really a review of the steamer, but it does seem to do its job very, very well. I'll put a link down below. Below that will be our Amazon affiliate store. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would. We really do appreciate when you guys do that. Our, of course, freeze-dried wholesaler link. Now, that link down there will save you 15%. So if you're going to order a bunch of food, you know, I've gotten emails from people saying, God, your code saved me $300, $400, you know, because they put in a large order. If you're only going to order one thing, maybe you're only going to save about $5 or $2, but definitely check it out. He's got really, really good food. So definitely check him out. And my link will save you 15% in your shopping cart at the end. When you're checking out, it will show my discount for 15%. Below that's our My Patriot supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. If you're interested in preparedness gear or preparedness food, and the deals we have this month are pretty darn awesome, check it out, preparewithiridium.com. Below that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. And those are pretty much the three companies I'd recommend for freeze-dried food because they got awesome stuff. And obviously, this stuff is great too. Anyway, folks, I will talk to you later. I'm going to go eat some lunch. Stay safe and stay prepared.